The time is at hand for the talk to stop because Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank Martin are going to get it on for the WBA lightweight title on Saturday, June 15th. This is a fight between two men who have something to prove. Let's talk about this fight. Gervonta Tank Davis is about to face a real challenge this Saturday, June 15th, when he takes on Frank Martin. This fight is a fight that is going to tell the best stories of each fighter as they enter it. Both have had opportunities in the past to look great. Both have had opportunities in the past where they did not necessarily look their best. But now, the cream has the opportunity to rise to the top. Davis has been barking at Martin because he is the name between the two fighters. He's the one that has been promoted, been on pay-per-view, had the opportunity to have more eyes cast upon him. But make no mistakes about it, Frank Martin deserves to be here. And Frank has the proper temperament. As both fighters enter, Davis 29-0 with 27 KOs, Martin 18-0 with 12 KOs. Entering this fight, they'll have a chance to show what they've learned thus far. One of the strikes against Gervonta has been he's faced numerous opponents that may have lacked necessary athleticism, boxing ability, footwork combined to deal with what he's able to do, and that is box smartly on the back foot, counterpunch, and use power shots to change the course of bouts. He's been very consistent with that, and most of his opponents have fit the criteria as the perfect dance partner. When he's able to fight in that means, he looks very effective and he looks dominant. However, Frank Martin is bringing something different to the table this time. He has the athleticism. He has the footwork. He's also a southpaw. And at 5'8", being a little bit taller than Gervonta at 5'5.5", Martin has had fights that can show exactly what he can do, possibly against Tank. For instance, back in December of 2022 against Young Ali, Michel Rivera, Martin was able to show versatility in advancing on his attack as well as fighting off the back foot, even dropping Rivera with a solid shot in the 7th round of their fight. He actually made Rivera look like he didn't belong. And later it came out that during that fight, Rivera had tested positive for banned substances. Martin had fought through that fight with flying colors, and that was the fight that let people know he had arrived on the scene. Young Ali was someone that people were really getting behind and was starting to gather a lot of eyes upon him. His next fight which was July of 2023 against Artem Harutyunyan. And that fight showed us a strong fighter who had no idea who Frank Martin was, but was still a fighter who came to fight and challenged him. And Martin had to dig deep in that fight. It wasn't his best performance, but the fact that he had adversity, something that made him had to switch up and change things up a bit in order to be successful, meaning the ability to adjust, which will be a primary option here against Tank Davis. Tank will give you looks and he will give you angles. He will give you something to try to attack or solve, but then he'll switch it up and change to something else. He has more than one game plan that he brings to the bouts, and Martin should be aware of this. The fact that he has his amateur coach and he has Derek James in his corner could assist tremendously with his opportunity here against Gervonta Tank Davis. At the end of the day, Davis is favored and is looking toward a stoppage. But Frank doesn't have to play that power game with him. A good boxer always makes a fighter, a puncher, box. A good puncher is always looking to land that shot. And if Frank doesn't give him what he wants, who knows? Gervonta may very well end up the one that's frustrated. This bout is a PBC pay-per-view event on Amazon Prime with a co-main featuring David Benavidez versus Alexander Gvosakic. These two bouts are worth pay-per-view. There are high caliber fights that the public should be interested in seeing. But I'm telling you, do not count out Frank Martin in this fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, they may have taken this fight because they know that they can control the promotion. But Frank should be the one that is ready to come out of his shell and have a breakout performance. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know who you've got, Tank Davis or Frank Martin. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe. it.